Today we're talking with Randall Garner, a well-known and respected expert in the area of helping business owners dramatically improve employee productivity as well as lower operating costs. As an introduction, Randall is the president of Garner IT Consulting, Inc., based in Panama City, Bay County, Florida. He is an absolute genius at all things technical and helps business owners gain a peace of mind by eliminating costly, frustrating, and time-consuming problems that most businesses have with technology. Randall, welcome.
Thank you, Pat. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm honored that you would take the time to speak with me today.
So, to get us started, can you give a quick overview of the focus and the scope of your company?
Sure. Garner IT Consulting was built on the concept of making life easier for small and medium-sized business owners. We're able to do this by, number one, helping eliminate their technical and computer problems. Number two, we help them implement systems to help them get more work done faster and smarter. Number three, we ensure that their computer systems are running smoothly by providing plans and services that keep running, that are always there for them with little to no downtime or service interruptions. And four, we help them with their computer network by installing software, new printers, all those kinds of things that you need to do to have a smooth running network.
I just have to know, Randall, what makes you so unique and valuable to your customers that makes them want to come back year after year for your services?
Well, Pat, I just have to believe it's what our clients tell us. They love the services that we offer, and they love, even more, they love the relationships that we build with them.
So why don't you give us an example?
Okay, well, I think the best place to start is where we typically find new clients when we first meet them. Number one, usually the business owner has tried to manage the technology by themselves. So what usually happens is they end up having a mass of tangled, a mass of a network. There's just a bunch of different solutions that are put in over time. For example, they just replace computers as they fail, kind of reactively. They have the different copiers that have been installed, the different softwares that's been installed by multiple vendors. They work pretty well in and of themselves, but when you look at the picture of the IT picture as a whole, you know, they're not put together well, and so that just introduces unreliable networks, unsecure networks. And then when things don't work, they usually point to a well-meaning employee or maybe a friend of a friend that they allow to come into their business network, kind of noodle around to try to get things fixed, try to mess with viruses, so on and so forth. And again, this just is a repetitive cycle that just keeps, you know, increasing frustration and more importantly, keeps increasing the cost to fix these things. The second place that we typically find new clients is that they have outsourced their IT to somebody who was a trusted quote-unquote expert. But when we arrive on the scene, we find that their backups aren't set up right, they're not working. We're finding that their antivirus software is out of date or over licensed. They have all kinds of illegal software installed on their network. And again, when we sit down with that prospect and really get to the meat of why they called us, we're shocked to hear that when they call their IT guy, it's hours, more often than not days, before they're even getting a reply. And so when you're a business owner with your systems down and your frustrations growing and the cost of being down is stacking up, you know, they're not getting the service they expected and which we'd be happy to provide to them.
So it sounds as if this is a real source of pain and frustration for business owners.
Oh, it really is. But it circles back to your original question. What makes us so unique and appreciated is that we make all of those frustrations and costs just go away. And ultimately, that's what's so appreciated, and that's why our clients tell us that they refer us to their friends and business colleagues, and they keep coming back to us to work with us year after year.
In my experience, I know that a lot of business owners really don't know where to go for their IT support. In my case, for instance, you know, there are so many people we could call, but I don't know who's the best. It's kind of like using an auto mechanic, and you don't know which is the best one until you've actually had a bad experience. How do people know exactly what to do when they need the IT support, and how do they find you?
Well, that's a problem that we hear quite often, Pat. And I got to be honest, it's a big source of frustration for us too, because once a business owner has been burned by their previous IT, they're really skeptical about anybody new coming in the door, and I can't say that I blame them. And not only do we understand that, but the team at Garner IT accepts that as a challenge. And by that I mean that not only do we want to provide professional service, but we want to take the role of the IT consultant to the level of professionalism that most business owners have the trust and relationship with their accountants and their attorneys, as well as their peers and advisors. Again, that's what we face, and that's what we work for every day that we come into work and serve our clients. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that unlike medicine, for example, or that auto mechanic, there is no industry regulations. There's no third party or government entity that's watching out over the IT world to make sure that they know what they're doing and kind of keeping track of those things like you have for most any other industry in the country. And so that's a pretty scary thought once you think about it, that the business network and that valuable data that they hold, their accounting files, their client files, their product and order files, all that stuff's being taken care of by a guy who you don't know who to trust. And if that data disappears, it's devastating to the business. The Gartner Group did a study last year that said that only 6% of small businesses survive a major data loss over 2 years. So with that said, Pat, I challenge you to name one business in nowadays that will be able to operate without their computer network.
Well, I know for certain I couldn't, because my computer is my business. But here's where we need to really cut to the chase. I don't know where to start, until I met you, of course, but I didn't know where to start to get my computer system up and running. So exactly what should people be looking for when they're trying to find somebody that they can trust and who's reputable for that valuable system?
Yeah, great question. Number one, I have to say that they must insist on monitoring your network 24/7. And why that's important is, more often than not, there's telltale signs going on behind the scenes that something's fixing to go wrong and blow up and cause you a lot of pain and downtime. That system should also be looking for important security settings, making sure your antivirus is doing what it's supposed to do, making sure that your software is being updated like it should be. Again, that fixes problems, it keeps it running smooth, but ultimately keeps you secure. Neglecting to do that and keep your network out in front of you, so to speak, is just asking for slowness and issues, and that's downtime, and that ends up being a big cost for businesses when they're waiting around when their system's down, or even if it's slow. Our team here at Garner IT, we have a state-of-the-art monitoring system that's looking over your network for all of these things 24/7, 365, never sleeps. And that tool ultimately allows us to stay on top of things and fix problems on our schedule instead of waiting for them to happen to our clients, which, let's be honest, is never going to be a good time.
No.
Number two important criteria I would suggest is ask them, do they answer their phones live? Or do you have to leave a message and wait for somebody to call back? Again, time is money, especially in your business. If you're having to wait around hours or days, as we commonly hear here in our area, for your IT guy to just get back with you, not good for your business. I mean, just no way around it. Again, here at Garner IT, what we do is, that's a little differently from our competition, is we have somebody live answering the phone. They're going to take your problem. They're going to, give you some kind of expectation as to when somebody's going to be calling you back to be working on those problems. We even go one step further for our real good clients that we manage. We have a rapid response team. And just like the name says, they're there for you. When you pick up the phone and you call them, within a few minutes, you're going to have a technician on the phone with you, working with that problem. Upwards of 80% of the time, going to fix that problem on one phone call. And we do that because we realize that CEOs or business owners and managers of our clients, they work outside of 8 to 5. And so we want to be able to have somebody that they can call 24/7 to help them fix their problems, because if they're taking their personal time to get work done, it's probably pretty important. And the third important criteria I would suggest that you consider is ask them if they're going to be able to provide solutions to improve your computer network and therefore your business proactively, or do they just wait around until things fail before they come to you with an answer on how to fix things? You know, in today's business environment, technology is critical to your business. It's a very important tool. Your employees are working behind it. So as such, you really need to have a strategy on how you're going to invest in your technology. That strategy, or a roadmap, let's say, is a 6-month, 12-month, 24-month, look ahead about what our technology needs to do to support our business goals. And obviously from there you get a budget, so that you know what you're going to spend from year to year in your business on technology. And that reduces the hassle of, oh my gosh, something just failed and now I've got this huge check I've got to write, and have those things happen to you. Again, it's never going to happen at the right time for your business.
Well, you know, Randall, this is really great information, but I know that there are people who are viewing this or listening to this, and they're going to want to know how to get in touch with you so that they can become part of your rapid response team. So how do they do that?
Well, if you're having issues right away, I would say go ahead and call our service desk. That's 850-250-3210. And I believe that option to get to the service desk is option 2. Should be the first one you get to. Your call's important, and we want to take your call and get to helping you right away.
Okay, so that's 850-250-3210, but I'm sure there's a website.
Absolutely. Our web address is www.garner-it.com. That's GARNER-IT.com. While you're on the website, you'll be able to register for our free report, request a copy of this free report. What every business owner should know when they're hiring an honest and competent, responsive, and fairly priced computer consultant. That's got a ton of tips and strategies for how to eliminate problems, how to pick that right IT guy for your business. Second thing you'll be able to do on our website is look at the testimonials for our current clients that we've helped, see what they've had to say. And the third thing that I would highly recommend to look for on our website is obviously more about our services, how we help our clients, and our 60-minute service guarantee.
Wait a minute. 60-minute service guarantee? I mean, Randall, that's really unheard of in this marketplace.
Yeah, Pat, we know. But we're so confident in our 60-minute service guarantee. Basically, it says that within 60 minutes of you starting a support ticket with us, either by phone or by email, one of our technicians is going to respond to you to let you know that we're on top of your problem and give you some kind of an estimate on when we think we may have that fixed. Not only is that our guarantee, but that's just written into every service agreement that we have with our clients because it's our standard operating procedure.
Yeah, but Randall, I'm in business, and I know that this is really pretty extraordinary. So aren't you afraid somebody might take advantage of you?
Oh, absolutely not. Out talking with clients and prospective clients, their ask is pretty minimal. It's just, can we get fast service from a team that we can trust? And we know that we can do that, and we know that we can do that with a high level of professionalism. So we put this guarantee on our work just to put them at ease, that they're not going to get ripped off by that, like they did, or the way that they felt from their previous IT. And it just works. It's part of what we do all day, every day, and it helps our clients feel better.
Well, this has really been an extraordinary interview. I know, Randall, for instance, I've learned a lot as well. I think it's a win-win for everybody, and I just want to thank you personally for raising the bar on integrity and ethics within this industry, which, as you said, really has very few guidelines and oversight, because I think it's very important for everyone. So I appreciate that, and I would not hesitate to make a recommendation to Garner IT myself.
Well, thank you, Pat. Again, thank you for your time today, and you nailed it. If anybody needs anything, just give us a call. We'll be happy to help.